Hello and welcome. So, Mission 9 in New York. This mission is quite a challenge. You may need a few attempts to complete this mission. I know I did. Especially if you're going to rob the bank, which of course we are. The reason that this mission is more challenging than missions before is that there are a lot of flying cars. In this mission, especially if you take out the bank, there will be a whole bunch of flying cars that will come and attack you. That's what that intelligence report was saying. If you buy it before the mission starts, it tells you that the bank have upgraded their security. But we'll see that in a bit. So just before we started the mission, I didn't really change any of the research because nothing had finished since the previous mission, so all I did was make sure everybody had medkits, because we're definitely going to need medkits in this mission, and also sell the disruptor as well, because I'm never going to use it, so what's the point? Now, there's one of the flying cars that I mentioned before. It's a civilian taxi, but it is actually full of guards in it that have pulse lasers. Usually the taxi doesn't fly right over your agents at the start, so I get a bit fortunate here because usually you see it later. It sort of heads up into that square just above us. Oh yeah, and it does have high explosive in it as well. So when it crashes, make sure you stay away from it. I wouldn't bother trying to rush forward and pick up the explosive, because chances are it will just blow up in your face when you get close to it. So as soon as we walk around the corner into this square, there will be a line of guards which will come and attack us. They are fairly heavily armed, so make sure you get rid of them quickly. Shouldn't be too much hassle with the long-range rifles. As soon as we clear out those guards, there will be another flying car which will come over, which is much more heavily armoured, so you won't be able to take it out with just one or two volleys. So make sure that you don't get wasted. I would hide underneath this building until all of your rifles are ready to fire. Fire off a volley and then put on your super shield and rush back underneath the building where the vehicle cannot hit you. Turning off your super shields means that the agents that aren't selected all lose their shields. I'm not sure why, but there you go. So just wait for the shields to recharge and then rush out again and fire off another volley. And of course you can keep doing this until the vehicle's gone. Region 4 taking a bit of a pasting there. But you can see the vehicle is heavily damaged now from the rifles. When you take out the vehicle, I would try not to be too close to the building because there's a chance the building will actually come down, especially if the car crashes into it. Fortunately it didn't, so it's no problem. Okay, next area we're going up into is a car park. There's a civilian that we need to persuade. He's part of a company or corporation or something, so we need to persuade him, and then we need to go and persuade this other woman who's in a walled off area protected by lots of police. You can see there's an enemy agent there with, he's quite tough, takes 2 hits. He does also have high explosive, so what I'm doing here is just using the knockout gas to put them all to sleep and then let the explosive take them all out. Very effective. There's a couple of other people that are have high explosive, as you can hear, so just let them go off and the explosives will take out all of the remaining bad guys for you. There's a parked car that we need to use, and there's an enemy that has a clone shield. That's him. They are disguised as a civilian. Take him out quickly and then pick up his high explosive, and you can also pick up the clone shield as well, so we can research it later. You don't want to let the high explosive go off there because it will damage the car, and we need the car to get into the compound with the police where the target is. So you may have seen on the minimap the person was in there that we needed to persuade. So we've got a hold of them, and before we go and persuade our target, who is a civilian, it's not a scientist or an enemy agent this time, we're going to rob the bank. This is one instance where it can actually be useful to have a persuaded army of civilians. If nothing else, then to use as human shields. There are plenty of weapons around for them to pick up, and most of them will die fairly quickly, but a few of them, if you have enough people with weapons, will fire off a few shots and help you. And this can make the difference when you're facing down 4 flying vehicles, which we will be when we rob the bank. So, we've got a persuaded army. We'll just head over there. Now, they can catch us up. We take the car, you guys can walk. So the bank is back the way we came. Also in this map, there are a couple of other areas which are walled off, and they have guards in them, and the guards have cars, armoured cars. You can use this car to go into those compounds and just shoot the vehicles which have the guards in them, so that they don't bother you later, if you want. But I'm not really going to bother with it this time. You can find those for yourself if you want to. I don't think the other remaining guards in the level bother us too much, really. Although there is one flying vehicle that it is actually useful to take out. I don't do it in this mission, in this level, for some reason. But if you are struggling with the mission, then it's handy to hunt out the flying vehicle first and make sure you get rid of it before you go to persuading the final agent. Final target, I should say. Also, if you are struggling with this mission, then you can just not bother robbing the bank, because if you have been robbing all the banks and taking all the money up till now, then money is something that we have plenty of anyway. But for completion's sake, I'm going to rob the bank. So as always, separate Agent 1 from everybody else and make sure they're a good distance away. Plant a bomb inside the building and let it go down. Soon afterwards, there will be 4 police cars which will come and attack us. And we can just leave the money there for now, nobody else will pick it up. So quickly group our agents. I said group our agents, there we go. And wait for the cars to arrive. There are plenty of buildings around here that we can duck under if we need to. So you can see there, yeah, we took out one car immediately with a huge volley, and some of the other civilians were firing as well, with pulse lasers and the like. We lost quite a few civilians, but it doesn't matter because that's what they're there for, to soak up the fire. Because if the police are shooting the civilians, then they're not shooting us. So that's 2 of the 4 cars gone. And this one's actually... oh. Boom. Yeah. Not quite sure what happened there. Usually doesn't explode that quickly like that, but never mind. I got a bit lucky. And okay, the police have... there's the remaining flying car. Oof. Still got a few civilians firing for us. Yay. Well done. Okay. So, We've taken out all the police, and you may notice that I did forget to do something here. Yep, I've remembered now. Go back and pick up the money. It's just there waiting for us.
Selected.
Selected. And oh, I think I lost a couple of civilians there. I think did they wander into the fire? That was a bit stupid of them. So this final place that we're going to again has a lot of police. There's enemy agents and there's laser turrets as well. So it can be useful to again persuade another civilian army to act as human shields for us, same as before, because it is quite a challenge, this last section, and the more the better, really. So just wait for them to all get in the car. Must be a tight fit. I think there's about 20 people in that car. And okay, there's two ramps here. One of the ramps goes up to the compound with the flying armoured vehicle in it, which I mentioned before. So you can use that ramp. It's the ramp on the right there, which goes up into the compound, and you can get out and just shoot the flying vehicle so that it doesn't bother you later on. But I'm not going to bother doing that. I just head straight to the main objective, which is here. You can see lots of police, and there's two laser turrets there as well. So, okay, as soon as we get inside, we start getting attacked immediately. Get everybody out, and the laser turrets are giving us hell as well. So yeah, our car's getting a bit low on health. So yeah, a bit of a nervy end, because if that car goes, then we all die. So quickly get out of the car. Civilians all dying, but they're soaking up the punishment in place of us. Pull the agents back, take out the car, and it took out the last policeman as well. Yeah. Oh, and run away. Oh, there's that flying vehicle that we should have taken out before, but we didn't. So I make things a bit harder for myself here, but with the super shields and yeah, and long range rifles, we can take it out without suffering too badly. And there's another flying police vehicle there that we can get in and use once we've persuaded the woman. There she is, hiding around the back. Bzzzt. Okay, let's get in the police car, and then we've done it. So we just need to fly back to the start, and it's mission over. We shouldn't get bothered by any further enemies, I think, in this level. I think we've taken them all out. But keep an eye on the car just in case. There we go, mission complete. Hooray! Body level 3 available. Great.